Hi, I'm Kathy Dodson.
And I'm Jocelyn Lindsay. Welcome to another episode of 5 Minute Indie Insights, where we're on the fourth in a mini series where we're talking about websites and author websites. And today we're going to be talking about a big topic that has lots of it depends in it, and that is design. We're gonna spend a few minutes here talking about design. And I think this is usually where everybody starts. Everybody wants to start with what does this look like? And they start thinking about what their website looks like before they've got the website, before they've figured out what kind of website they need. And I think it's really important that once you know, once you have gotten your URL, like we talked about in the first in the series, once you know what you're doing with your website and what you need to run your website, and then what you need to have on your website, then you can start thinking about, now what does it actually look like? Because starting with what it looks like, you can suddenly find yourself in a situation where you have a website that doesn't do what you need it to do, is more expensive than you want it to be, and is not anything that you can do something with, and it sits there for months or years and never gets updated. So let's dig.
Absolutely. Yes. That's all really great. But here's the thing about design is that you need to think about it, whether you're just have a baby one page little website or landing page, or whether you're a huge best-selling author. Because design needs to do two things. And I am not the designer of the two of us, but I do know that it needs to your genre needs to be obvious
Absolutely.
when
Actually,
someone
that's
opens your webpage.
number one thing.
Yeah. And it also needs to be a reflection on you. And so I want to just show you a couple things super quickly, and then Jocelyn's going to handle the heavy lifting here because he is a designer. But Emily Henry, right?
Yep.
Romance author, and you can tell by the cover, and you can kind of tell by the website, but hers is very modern, just like her books, right? Jack Reacher, we showed this one earlier. If you've watched the movie, thing, there's Reacher, and he's about to go get in trouble, and that is what this website says.
Exactly.
And then another great author, Rebecca Yarros, right?
Yep.
Dragon,
Yep.
gorgeous website that shows you exactly what she writes. There's
Exactly.
no mistaking it. And so this is, to me, the most important part of design is that it needs to be a reflection of your books and you.
Absolutely. And a reader needs to come to your website and know exactly what they're getting. If they found your book first on whatever platform you're on, if they find your book first on Amazon and buy it, and then they decide, I loved this Kathy Dodson book, I love this Lee Child book, and they go and open your website because they want to know what else you have. They want to join your email. And Kathy, if you had a bright pink bunny, a website with like bunnies and
Right, to
strings.
kill a drinking badass.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if Jack Reacher was this pastel look, your readers are going to be like, "What the hell am I looking at?" And you've just introduced friction and confusion, and your readers are going to be like, now they might look at it and think, "What is this, an April Fool's trick? What's going on?" But if it does not match their expectation and they're confused, more likely than not, they're going to be like, "I don't get it. I'm going to go look at something else." And you've lost them. That the Big Mac commercial needs to match the Big Mac, or it's you're not getting you've thrown your customer off. So yeah, absolutely. You want that genre expectation in what you're writing. It's now if you're writing multiple genres, and I think Kathy, you do a very good job of this. You are speaking more to you as an author, who you are, or the larger theme of the genres you're writing in. But the website site still matches what you're writing and what your readers can expect. And I think you do a very good job of balancing that. Do you want to open your site again in case somebody hasn't followed through the series with us? Because I think there's a lot of authors out there writing in more than one genre. And yeah, see,
Mine's super basic, right? And I have to say that the background color often changes according to what book is that. It actually doesn't hop a whole lot with this one, but it did the one before it. When the fifth one, and it just popped right off of there, the banner I had at the top. Um, and so just basic colors. I don't, I can't go all harps, but I also can't go all Jack Reacher super mystery because I have 3 women's fiction
you
books,
have those
right?
three
But
beautiful books there.
yeah, and they're very different, and you can tell by looking at the covers. So I decided not to write under a pen name because all of my books are about women who are becoming their own heroes. It just some of them are solving crimes, and some of them are, just figuring out their lives, right? So I just try and use basic colors and have a pretty simple website and just focus on the book.
Exactly.
Right, that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And on your home banner is the current release. Isn't
My
that
home
the
banner is always the current
current
release.
release? Exactly. So if I've picked up Tequila Midnight at Amazon and I come here, I can immediately see what other books are in that series. I
Right.
can see what the new release is. I as a reader am not confused on where to go next.
Yes. So it's not fancy, but it is.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. Clear over clever. Now, at some point when you're a $1 million author and you have a lot of books out there, you may decide to have a page for the different genre. I mean, you can get really fancy with this. Right now, there is no reason to. You're also hoping that with your brand of women being their own heroes, that somebody reading Tequila Midnight might also be interested in that women's fiction. You might get some crossover there.
No, that is a super point. And one of the things that I have been working on is how to tie the 2 different series together. And so I redo my website every few years just to keep it fresh, and that type of thing. And so one of the things that actually Jocelyn had to look at 25,000 copies of it, but I did come up with a way to kind of tie the 2 different styles of writing together. And I'm gonna show you that real quick.
And while you're opening that up, I think I mean, it doesn't seem like women's fiction and like the thriller of Jessica Watts is like in the same space. But
Right.
your author voice is really yeah, see, exactly. That's so beautiful. You're building your author voice.
Right. And this is Books for Women Become Their Own Hero. So now I use this on a big banner I have. I use it on my bookmarks. I use it on my email signature. It doesn't always look exactly like this. But Books for Women Become Their Own Heroes, solving crimes or starting over. And that will get incorporated into my website. But I gotta say, with November 1 on my priority, I haven't know writing a book. And I really just think about this. That book is done. And so, it's out there. You can work on a piece at a time. It doesn't all have to happen at the same time, especially if I've been doing it myself. But that message tied together the 2 series, and eventually my website will reflect that. But do I have to reflect it today? No.
No, exactly.
It's like the website is simple enough that you can kind of figure it out.
Exactly. It's very clear. I know as a reader when I come to your site what I want to what I'm looking for, how to get in contact with you, how to sign up for your email list. Is there another book I might want to read? So it's very clear.
Now, I want you to share your website because you do some cool stuff with videos, and you can just tell by looking at the design, at the font you use, at the size of the sponsor, but covers and everything, that it's a professionally designed site.
I,
And the colors and
all right. So tell me if you can see that.
especially there it is.
Is what was that?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah. So this is, and I'm only writing right now in one genre, and it's urban fantasy over 40. So I'm telling you right here in the very beginning that it's over 40. So, and it's very simple. And I want it to be clear that if you've come here, I want you to sign up for my email list. That's the first thing I want readers who come to my site to do is sign up for my email list because I want that direct connection with my readers. And then here are other books. If you haven't read, Reverie, if you haven't read Relic. So then I'm informing the reader what else is available. I wanted to put a cool video on it because I thought that was cool. There's some motion in it.
But I actually made that video.
I made the video, some background that I took from the reunion cover, but again, very simple. And then I've added some reviews, and I've kept it really simple to everything. Hang on just one second. So yeah, again, it's very simple and it's very clear. So
That's the most important thing. It's beautiful, but the most important thing is people know what you write and how to buy your books and how to sign up for your email.
bingo. That the rest can come later. So there we go. Design wise, yeah, I think we've given you some good sites to look at. If you have sites that you love, let us know. And if you have any questions about design, let us know. Let us know in the comments. And I think this wraps up websites for now, because just like we've been talking about websites, we may add and tack on other things to do with websites as we start. If you have questions or things come up and change and we feel like we need another conversation. So in the meantime, write your book.
Right. And I'm working on your website.
Exactly. Yeah, leave the website alone now and write the book. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will catch up with you later on our next episode.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.